All right, so update today. Today is the 7th of March, 2022. So basically wrapping up today, I got all the ceiling fixtures mounted with the exception of I got to put the ceiling light boxes down in the basement. But all the rest of the fixtures on the top floor and the bottom floor are all done. We've got all our can lights in here. We got our fan there. We also put the bath fans in here. So we got a 110 CFM fan there. And then I put a little one in here, a little 50 CFM in here if you want a separate one there. Honestly, don't really need two of those, but it's just sort of future-proofing it. So we got all the fixtures in. We've got all the boxes in. And so we've got baseboard outlets down here. These are adjustable baseboard outlets here. So these boxes actually, you can adjust the screw. So the drywall guys will come in and cut around this. And then after the drywall guys come, we'll actually crank them out a little bit further and they'll stick out a little bit further. And then the trim guys will cut around the box and put the outlet in the baseboards. So why is this? Hey guys, which windows did you open? This window's open here and we need to close all the windows. Go find all the windows you opened and close them. Okay. All right. So we got in this room, we've got 4-inch cans in here, fan box in the middle. All the fan boxes are mounted to like a 2x4 right there, like so. Why did I do it? Oh, I remember why, because that was on an I-joist. And I had to space it down. Wonder why I did that like that. But then I did this one. Huh. Weird. Why did I do that one like that? Huh. I don't know why I did that. I gotta go back and understand why I did that the way I did that. Huh. Anyways, fan in here. Trying to figure out when HVAC guys are getting started. So hopefully we can get HVAC roughed in this week. I'm gonna start pulling wire probably on Wednesday. I've got to sort of take tomorrow off from working on this. Our dog is having surgery tomorrow, and then I've got a meetup group I have tomorrow night that I've got to run, and I'll hang out in the office tomorrow, so which I haven't been there in a while. So, yeah, so we got all of our fixtures in here, outside on the porch, back porch lights. Let's see here. Back porch lights. So we've got 4-inch cans on the back porch here. So we've got 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. Those are all on, it's like roughly an 8.5 foot spacing. It's a little wide for 4-inch cans, but honestly, those cans are not going to get turned on all that much. So it's not that big of a deal that they're spaced that far apart. We've got a ceiling fan box right there. And then I put a little splitter hugger box that goes on either side. That one is for the light that hangs over the table. And then eventually I'll have a outdoor kitchen countertop area here on this back wall one day is the plan. The other thing we need to do is put in the boxes for the lights. But I need to double check about how we're going to do that, because I was going to put I might wait till the siding guys start siding, because I don't want that piece to be like stuck in the middle of out of place on some siding. So we'll probably actually just wait till the siding guys come do the siding and we'll punch that through. So that's it. So we are in business here. So again, I'll start pulling wire on Wednesday, and I kind of work from the top down. So I will pull wire from the fixtures to the switches. I'll run all that wire, drill all those holes, pull all those wires, have those set up, pull wire to the outlets, and then we will run the home runs down to the panel later. So up here we've got all of our fan boxes in. I did low voltage boxes for TVs right there. We got bath fans in. I kind of lined that up with where the light tube's gonna go. So we got bath fans in here, 4-inch can over that shower. We got cans all the way down the hallway. We laser sighted these in. We've got smoke detector boxes in all the required places. Fan box there, 2 cans in this area. Those are 4-inch cans. Fan box and light box in here, and low voltage boxes as the same. We've got our fan casing in there. And this is too close to the edge to put a can light in here. So, excuse me. We're gonna do just a wafer can right over that joist right there. Yep, we're about to leave. And then we'll have a sconce here on the wall. We have a can there in the hallway. And there's actually gonna be a can up there, but again, same situation, too close to the ceiling for the can housing, so we'll do a wafer can over there. Or like a J-box can, where you just cut out a hole and stick a J-box in there. And then we've got a can there. We've got receptacles run for the future bunk beds. We'll just do the little night light receptacles there. And can lights in here, boxes there, fan box, can lights. So we're all set here. So here we go. All right, that's it. Adios.
Good morning. It's been a while since I did an update. Been kind of slow. Not much happening since the other stuff. We've had some delays. Our HVAC contractor was having trouble getting enough pipe boots to finish the job. He got all but like 7 of them, and took him over a week to round up enough pipe or duct boots to get this job finished. So he got enough he got enough boots, and then they actually dropped off all the flex duct last night. They're getting started. We did have to go with some different equipment than we originally were gonna get, because the original equipment that I wanted to get, they didn't have. It was on back order, so we got some stuff they have in stock. And then we're actually gonna go ahead and have to put our condenser units in storage, because those are like running out. The supplies are running out, and they don't have much more, so we might not be able to get them in a couple months when we need them. So anyways, HVAC guys are supposed to start, I think tomorrow, maybe today. I don't know. I got to call him, because they dropped off the materials last night. So like literally last night at like 8:30 or 8:15, I had to meet the guy over here and open up the house and unlock it so he could drop it all off. We've got out in the garage, you can see all the flex duct there. So other progress. Brick masons are getting started today, putting the brick on the house. So that's good news. We got brick going up. It'll probably take them 4 or 5 days of work to brick everything. And I've been working on electrical for a while. As I mentioned before, I'm kind of doing the electrical with the help of my buddy Russ, who is an electrician, and we kind of help each other out. I helped him build some stuff at his house. He's helping me out with electrical here. He did the electrical in our basement at our other house. So anyways, I'm working on electrical here. Probably not the highest and best use of my time, but I'm trying to save a few bucks, So we are in Becky's office here. As you can see, we've got all the wire run. I'm basically finishing up this room. The only thing I have left in here is to pull a home run for the bathroom, 20 amp 14.2, pull a home run back to where the panel goes, and then pull a, I'm sorry, not a 14.2, 12.2 for the bathroom for 20 amp, and then a 14.2 home run back to the panel for the power in this room. Sorry, my allergies have been bothering me the last few days. We got the master bedroom all wired up here. So all the rough electrical is done in here on this half. Everything's finished upstairs, with the exception of a couple home runs over in the kids' playroom that we'll pull down to the sub panel. We haven't 100% decided where exactly we're going to put the sub panel in the garage. We're putting a 100 amp sub panel in the garage. So I didn't run those home runs yet, but that's easy. It'll take like 5 minutes to do. So after I finish in here, we're gonna work our way out to the living room, and I'll wire up all the lights in the living room and the foyer right there. And then Russ came over this weekend and helped me in the kitchen. He did all the kitchen stuff. He pulled all the 12-2 for all the receptacles in the kitchen, the laundry room, and the pantry. So I've just got to do the lights in here, pull those down, and then we pulled some, I've got to pull this this 10-3 here back to the panel. Our panels are going to go downstairs in the basement underneath the stairs. We're going to have two 200 amp panels. So two 200 amp panels go down in the basement here. So we're going to have, it's a little dark here, but underneath, in this closet underneath the stairs, we're gonna have a panel on this side here and a panel on that side there. And one panel will be powered by the generator, so it'll have a transfer switch for the generator. And the other panel will not be generator ready, and that one will power all the things we don't want on the generator. So basically, all of the first floor and the furnaces upstairs will be powered by the generator. So in the event we have a power outage or something like that, if we need to sleep on the first floor, we've got 2 bedrooms on the first floor, we've got bathrooms. Basically everything on the first floor will be powered by the generator and all the furnaces, so we can have heat in the event of power outage. And then we'll also run the circulating pump for the tankless water heater on that too, so we can have hot water. And then we'll run the 100 amp sub panel for the other one off of the non-generator panel. So like the garage circuits and all that stuff, with the exception of the garage door openers. You always want to have those on a generator. So we'll actually run the garage door openers back to the generator panel. In the event the power goes out, you want to be able to open your garage doors up. So learn that the hard way at our old house. We did have it wired that way. We had the wires. In my old house, I had my sub panel generator prepped, and we had a power outage, and it was right after we had just finished the basement and all that stuff. And at the old house, I was not running just a backup generator. I was just running a portable generator that you roll up and we plug into. There was a plug on the side of the house, plug it in the generator and run the generator. Well, turns out that I left the generator cord in the garage, and we had at our old house, we had a 1-car garage that didn't have any access other than the garage door, and the power was out, so I couldn't get in that garage. So what I ended up having to do is basically make a suicide cable, which is basically a male plug on both ends, turn off all the breakers in the panel except for that 120 amp circuit, hook that suicide cable, plug that into the generator, plug that into the 20 amp circuit in the panel, and actually backfeed the panel, and then flip on the garage door circuit so I could open the garage doors and then turn it all back off. Backfeeding the panel is dangerous. You should not do that. We don't recommend that. We had an interlock switch on the generator, but in that case I had to sort of rig it up a little bit just to be able to get some power to the garage door circuit so I could open the garage door and go get my big cord, bring the cord out, and then plug the big cord into the house. So I was literally running like an extension cord from the generator into the house and plug that into a 20 amp circuit. Again, shut off all the circuits except for that 20 amp circuit and the garage door circuit, so the power would flow through those 2 circuits, open the garage door, and then I could hook everything else up the way it needed to go. So you can't see, it's too dark in here, but pulling a lot of home runs there through the open web trusses. So, They'll fall down. We'll have rough ends finished up here by next week. By the middle of next week, we should be all done with all of our rough ends. And I can call an inspection for that. Because again, all of our plumbing rough ends are done. Our tub did come the other day, so I need to call the plumbing company and have them come back and actually put this drain riser in. There's supposed to be a drain right there. The plumbing company's we didn't know what tub we were going with at first when they did the rough end, but we actually have our tub now, our freestanding tub. So they can come back and actually, they just stubbed it out down there and they'll just put in the trap and stub it up through the floor. So we can go ahead and do that now and get the tub hooked up. So yeah, that's what's been going on here. Just a lot of electrical. It's kind of a mess around here. They always joke that electricians are messy. I guess I can see that because there's wire and stuff everywhere. I'm just moving, I'm just going. I'll clean up. I clean up a little bit every day, pick up the trash and whatever. But it's quite a mess here. My horizontal trash storage area has gotten too small. I need more horizontal junk storage space, as they say, a table. So, all right, well, that's the update, guys. Good afternoon. It is, I don't even know what day it is. I've forgotten what day it is and I'm tired. What's today? March 20. I don't even know what day it is. My watch is not set to the button thing and I can't press it from my hand. All right, so a little update. What's been going on? Wiring, and more wiring. I've been pulling most of the wire in this house. My buddy Russ has come help me the past couple weekends. He comes and checks my work. I constantly text him, asking questions. He's my electrician. But I've been pulling all the wire, and I did the math. And so far, I have pulled over a mile of wire in this house. Over a mile of electrical wire. That's a lot of freaking wire. I made these little spool thingies. You can buy these at the electrical supply place, but I just made some out of wood. They work pretty well. These are I-joist hangers. Just use them there and it just spins on the little screw. You just take the screws off, put the spool on, put the screw back on, and then you can spin the wire out. I didn't put that one on yet just because I'm about to move down to the basement and I only had to pull like 10 feet of wire off of this spool right here just to do this closet. But I'm basically done. We're finished upstairs, we're finished downstairs. The only thing I have left to do down here is just detail this box out going to the garage because I actually went and got this box this morning. I needed to go get a 4-gang box from the electrical supply place. Nobody else had a 4-gang box. And we used up all the rest of the 4-gang boxes. So 4-gang box here. One thing you can see is I've kind of like labeled everything around where everything goes. So you got your stair light, you've got your garage light, you've got your laundry can light. This is a 3-way. And then those are the barn lights that go over the garage doors. And just to save from pulling a bunch of wire, I decided to we've got a spotlight on the far end of the garage up there. I'm just gonna I put that spotlight on a switch down on that end. It's gonna be a motion detector light, so we're just basically gonna leave it on all the time. And then the spot for the front corner of the house will just operate off this switch box here. So yeah, fun times. So been pulling a lot of wire. That's a lot of work and I'm beat. I've been working literally every day, every single day, 7 days a week for the past 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. I'm ready to be done with this. We're almost done. You can see here we put a sub panel in the garage for the electrical. That just made it easier not having to run all these wires all the way back to the panel downstairs. Plus, if I ever want to add on to this in the future, it's a little bit easier to add things in the garage than having to run all the way back down to the basement. So we did a 100 amp sub panel there in the garage. We ran that 1-aught wire all the way back there. That was a lot of work running it through that wall, man. But got that done. The last thing I need to do in the garage here is I plan on building a detached garage right over there where my trailer's sitting in the future. We were going to do it now, but we went so far over budget on this that that's going to have to wait till later, which is fine. We've got plenty of garage space. So I got to run this 6'3" NMB wire through the wall. I got to drill a bunch of holes all the way around the room, all the way up top, drill all the way up there, go all the way back around, and then come down the wall here, and we'll stub it out right over there so that we can run that wire out to, basically we'll put a junction box there, and in the future when I go to add that garage, we can just tunnel a piece of conduit right there and tie into that. And that wire runs all the way back to the sub panel. So we can put a small sub panel in that garage over there, basically a sub panel off a sub panel, which is totally fine. You can do that. And that way, that garage, we can run the lighting and the outlets in that garage off of this sub panel here, basically. So now I've got to drill out all these studs. I'm not looking forward to that. And run that 6'3", and that's a big honking wire. It's not going to be fun. That's the last thing I have to do here in the garage, and then I got to move down to the basement. The basement's not that bad. We're not doing a ton of electrical in the main part of the basement. I will have my workshop area that'll have a bunch of receptacles and lights and stuff in, but the rest of the basement, we're just doing like a light and a receptacle in each room, because it's just an unfinished storage area, so I don't need to go overboard on lights and receptacles in there. So I'm just going to run those wires down there. We'll put those in, call it a day in the basement. So the basement's the last thing to do there for electrical. And then we start low voltage. So this weekend, we'll do the low voltage stuff. So we will run all of the Cat6 and the RG6 and run some Smurf tubes through to run HDMI cables through. I've got some of those in the living room. And we'll run all the Cat6 out to where we're going to put some of our network, like I think we're doing like a Ubiquity hub or something like that, like the little extender access points. So we're going to put some access points. We'll put like an access point upstairs that will actually we'll probably stick it like right up here somewhere. So that'll service this garage and the playroom upstairs. And then we'll stick an access point on the front corner of the house over here in the pantry. And that will give us enough Wi-Fi range to, when we put in our gate opener out of the gate at the front, we'll be able to get Wi-Fi signal out to the gate. And then we'll stick another one over kind of in the front between the master bedroom and Becky's office. We'll put one in the hallway right there, and that'll service the master bedroom in that. And then also it'll get those bedrooms upstairs. And then also this Ubiquity or this hub or whatever access point here that'll be in the front of the house will kind of cover these front two bedrooms here. So it'll cover that corner of the house, and then we'll have that corner of the house covered. And then we'll have one right up here in the garage, and that'll cover all this. So that should get us enough Wi-Fi coverage throughout the house. So I got to run Cat6 to those. I've got to run Cat6 to all the camera locations. So we'll have some cameras on the corners of the house and over some of the doors. So I got to run Cat6 out to all those. And then we'll run Cat6 to this room up here for the kids. If they ever do gaming in the future, they might want that. I don't understand that. I was never a video gamer, so that's hard for me to like grasp. I've never really played video games. That was never my thing as a kid, was playing video games. I know a bunch of people I know do, but I just don't play video games. But anyway, so we'll have that. We'll run some Cat6 up there, and we'll have RG6 to a few spots in the house. We'll run some RG6 out to the porch out there. So we got a lot of RG6 to run, which is not going to be fun, but I've got about 1,500 feet. I'm sorry, not RG6. What am I talking about? Cat6. I've got 1,500 feet of Cat6, which according to Russ should be plenty. So we'll see how far it goes. And then we got to do speaker wire. So we'll put some speakers out on the back porch. We'll put some in the living room, master bedroom, and then a couple out on the front porch, and then probably a couple in the garage. So, all right. Well, thanks for checking in. Back to more wiring, and we'll talk to you later. Adios.
we are done with all the electrical. It's finished. I'm ready to call in inspections. HVAC went in last week. Plumbing went in a month ago. The plumber is actually coming over here today or tomorrow to pressurize the lines before the inspector comes. So we're gonna call in our rough inspections.